mics. Do you have it set up?
I will. Hold on. I always do this. I have to like go into the studio to find the link because it's not live yet.
It should be live.
The TV needs to be.
Yeah.
Can you pull the TV back?
It's too close.
Yeah, it should be live. Like you're live.
Yep, sure is. Yep. And I can hear us. Hello! Hello, everybody. Miss Cinema's here. Hello. Pop this chat out so I don't have to look at myself because I am like a parakeet.
You guys actually don't need the mirror if you don't want it, because if you're going to put the picture-in-picture up,
Oh, fair.
might just be
Yeah.
distracting.
Where's the giraffe?
I don't remember what I did.
That's it. That's what you did. It was very funny. So many things, probably. I actually, like, I sometimes wish that they could see, like, the floor in here or, like, over there. It's funny.
Well, this is cleaned up a little bit.
It is pretty cleaner than normal. Oh, hey, Will's gonna give you a shot. Okay, God, it's so wobbly.
There's gonna be penises. Watch out. Or no, there's not.
Oh, it did a thing. Yeah, now it's back. It did bars, like colored bars for a minute.
I can't go too far because then, there will be penises, but...
There's none on that wall.
No penises there. One down there, but not those two.
Will's like, I'm looking at one right now.
I know what they are.
It's all the Lego Pop Toys boxes of dolls. Mavis is in pieces in the closet.
Mm-hmm. And emotionally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
lots of penises over there. I can't do that.
Just
top shelf.
Just do a quick flash of the penises.
Sorry about everybody's motion sickness.
This is just actually.
Yeah, Will's doing the top shelf of everything, and then there's our China ball. Yeah.
Yeah. We like have a lot of things on the top shelf that we like, but they don't fit on the bottom shelves. Yeah. So there's my Chris Evans Knives Out doll and my Doctor Strange
is good. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, she did some really racy photos. They're really good.
Alright, gonna get crazy for a second.
That's it. Sorry guys. I hope you liked that. It was a little glimpse behind the curtain.
Is it back? Is it settled?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bars or anything.
No, it's good.
Oh, it's on its way.
Oh, sweet. We're getting pizza, so at some point during this we will be eating pizza.
So I love doing this, but I do feel like it needs to be refined a little bit, or it needs some kind of structure. The jury's out. No, it doesn't.
What do you want to do?
Well, what I was going to say is I have talking points. I have like bullet points where I was like, I felt like we would talk about Captain America, Brave New World. I feel like we would talk about Traitors, Drag Race, and Real Housewives. Okay. And I feel like we'd watch the new Lady Gaga video because you still haven't seen or heard the song.
I mean, I've heard
snippets of it, but it's a whole thing.
Because we very...
It's a whole thing.
Yeah, we very uncharacteristically watched the entire Super Bowl last week.
We really did.
Yeah. So I heard snippets of it, but I have not heard the whole song.
But also, like, we did it. We were like, there's always, like, trailers and commercials and stuff, so we were, like, raring to go. Yeah. And there was literally one Thunderbolts trailer.
Yeah.
I found out why.
That's the only reason you've been here all week.
No, there was a couple reasons.
Well, we were gonna do more Teen Wolf.
That was part of it, yeah.
I'm so tired.
But I found out why there were no trailers because it's on Fox, and they Super Bowl trades every network every year, and Fox doesn't have
the rights to anything,
a movie studio, so nobody wants to pay that much money
to Fox
for someone else.
You know who did pay that much money? Jesus.
Oh, he does every year. That queen. That old queen. Just kidding.
Brittany's here.
Nothing but love and respect for my Lord and Savior and Germanic fertility goddess.
It's almost that.
It's an American Gods joke. American Jods. That was terrible.
I called Will Dad earlier, so.
Not me.
No, my husband.
She was like, Dad's on the roof.
And I was like, ew. Will's on the roof.
Brittany's here. Hey.
Brittany's here. Anna's here early. Zio's here. And Will just said, "Did you?" Yes, I did.
Oh.
It was a slip of the tongue.
She was like, Dad's on the roof. And then she was like, ew.
I was like, Will's on the roof. I don't know why I did that. Yeah.
And we do have...
Also, Mystic Cinema, we are good.
We're good?
They said, how are you guys?
Oh.
We're good.
Meh.
Pretty good. We're fine.
As good as one,
mediocre.
As good as one can
Could be better.
Flanking the Gulf of America.
Stop making me make barf noises. It is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. And do you know people are downvoting the Google app, and then Google is removing negative comments,
Yes.
like the Maps app.
Yeah. My bad. I shouldn't have brought it up. Trigger warning.
Horrific.
We were going to be starting the Tudor Corner, which is the new Lego modular building, but it was back ordered, so it could get here anywhere from 3 days from now to 2 months. So in the meantime, we have this little fox friend.
And I have my flowers.
Oh yeah, you have the pretty pink flowers.
Yeah.
Do we want to do one at a time, or just madness? Just full madness?
Just put all the pieces in the
Just
middle
dump-
and shake them around. It'll be amazing. Will just called me kiddo in the chat. No, thank you.
So, do you guys want us to just, like, start, like I said, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, I feel weird, but it's like people, when they do the live streams, like Casey or, like, Grace or whatever, they'll have, like, pictures on the side where they'll, like, go from topic to topic. And so I was like, maybe I need to start making graphics.
I think that would be better if we were, like, editing.
No, they do it live streaming.
Oh, they do it live.
So I guess this is my way of being like, I might be trying some things out moving forward,
Yeah.
but we do have talking points. So do you want us to go right in on that, or?
Let's see. Nothing, since Will called me kiddo, so maybe he tanked the chat. I promise that's not a thing we do.
We. Woo!
Did you make a really strong vodka?
I did.
Vodka diet? Oh, have we seen the sneak peek video for season 4 of Bridgerton? No, we have not, Kiana. I'd like to. How is it, like behind the scenes stuff, or is it like footage?
Footage.
It's footage? Yeah, no, I haven't seen it. I would like to. We'll see. See if you can find it.
Oh, from a day ago?
We're not as on top of things as we probably could and should be. 118. Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Well, stop. I'm trying to picture this thing.
God damn it. Oh, Will is just full of helpful comments, and I can't believe he's still watching. I didn't think he watched us all the way through, usually. He said there's a new Paris Hilton music video, too, that he saw when he was uploading Yellow Jackets.
Adored.
Is it called Adored, babe?
Also, I forget how to do the screen and screen.
Oh boy. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think you have to do anything like that. Just click the eyeball next to where it says YouTube.
Ha ha! You're so smart.
He said, I don't know, and then also just click the eyeball.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Let's give
Look
this
at that
a look.
pretty dress on Francesca.
It's not historically accurate.
I don't give a shit.
Ooh, who's
That's
she?
She's the new. She's Benedict's.
We begin another season.
Ah!
Welcome to the set of Bridgerton season 4.
She's so amazing. Oh, he's directing.
Who
That was Jonathan Bailey.
Give me the clicker. Oh, we're getting Penelope back. Ooh!
Yeah, I think Nicole Coughlan is riding this train straight to hell. Oh my gosh. Ooh.
Wow.
Well, now that she's married, she can, like, do more.
Not worry. I will not tell my mother.
Her name is Sophie.
That scoundrel.
Not anymore. He's a proper married man now.
Jonathan Bailey is a scoundrel.
Oh, Jonathan Bailey is a scoundrel. Yeah.
I mean, it looks good. It looks like what we like about Bridgerton.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it. I was just the other day. I'm in the middle of catching up on so many things, so it's like I was rewatching Yellow Jackets for the premiere last night. Our episode's up in case anybody wants to watch it when we're done with this. And then I've also been catching up on Daredevil because even though
when does that start?
March 4th or something like that. So even though it's technically like new and like sort of a reboot, it is also picking up from the end of season 3. So I'm trying to do that. But the point I was making trying to do that or trying to say that is that I also was just like, maybe I want to rewatch all of Bridgerton right now.
Do we have? Are we going to be covering Daredevil?
Okay. I don't want to talk about that because I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. We don't know yet.
I will say that
we might be covering Daredevil. We don't know.
We might be covering Daredevil. We might also be introducing a new-ish person to the channel. But he's been having some health issues.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, like...
That was my bad.
Force him
putting
to
things
do
into
it.
motion
Yeah.
before they're ready. Yeah. So we might be covering.
So maybe if we don't cover it like in a semi-weekly basis, then we will I will certainly be talking about it
We'll
on
do
our
this.
on our lives.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cuz I'm going to watch it right up until the minute they kill Karen Page.
So she's going to watch 40% of episode 1.
Okay, she's got 2 outfits. Come on. She's definitely got 2.
One of them's on the cutting room floor.
All right, here we go. Mystic Cinema, what are your thoughts on the new Captain America movie? Because everyone has been saying a lot of different things. Fart sound.
We didn't like it.
We did not like it. None of us. Not any of the three
No.
of us.
And we had an episode planned and we just didn't do it because I was like, who wants that? Like,
Well, it was a little bit late. We were tired. We had drinks, and then it was just like a turd from start to finish. And we were like, do we want to talk about it now or later? Was that the doorbell?
I think it was.
Okay.
I have reasons. I have reasons for why I didn't like it. I have things to say about it. Hold on.
The pizza's here.
Yeah, I'm gonna close the door.
But Gingy is being a pain. That door never stays closed when you want it to.
Nope. What was I saying?
We were gonna do an episode, but we decided not to.
Yeah. I have reasons for why I didn't like it. I have explanations for that. And I have reasons for why I do and don't want to talk about it. And also, I feel multiple ways about it because the MCU is in a little bit of a pickle right now.
Yeah.
Not entirely of its own making. Some of it is of its own making, and more of it is of its daddy. It's creative. It's Disney's making.
Sure.
Disney, in my opinion, very ill-advised 1-2 punch with buying and acquiring Fox and putting everything on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was ill-advised when it happened, and that was even before the pandemic happened. And so they spent way too much money on shit that wasn't worth it, and then the world halted. And then we haven't even fully gotten back from the pandemic because there was the writer's strike, which threw a lot of other things into chaos. And also the fact that socially and politically, we're in a total free fall. Like we're in a point of chaos. And so I feel like making a Captain America movie right now is impossible. And on top of that, you're replacing Steve Rogers, who was
one of the
the linchpin.
Well, I was gonna say one of
3
for sure. Yeah.
and
that's not to say anything negative about Anthony Mackie.
No,
because I think his Sam Wilson is amazing, and I love
Sam Wilson.
But again, it's the type what we talked about the other night after we got back that irritates me is it's just the same as what they did with Multiverse of Madness, where it's like we already addressed all of the like issues that Sam is having in this movie in the Falcon and Winter Soldier. So when he's like, I think Steve made a mistake and I don't know if I'm ready for this or whatever, it's like, bitch, you've been Captain America now for like 5 years. Like, get over it, basically. And I'm like, this is not narratively satisfying. It's not narratively interesting to me. It just, like, it doesn't work. And that's not his fault.
No.
It's the writer's fault.
And on that, in what writers?
Well, all 7 of them. There were so many.
In that regard, it's like, those are things that they can't control. And so, I actually started to go somewhere and I lost it completely, but I'm really frustrated that this is happening this way, and I'm especially frustrated for Anthony because I think he can do it. And the part that worked the best for me with the movie, mild spoilers, I guess, mild spoilers, because the entire ad campaign is a spoiler.
Yeah.
Like,
I really wish I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's in the commercial. It's the Red Hulk. She didn't know about. Somehow you had missed the whole Red Hulk thing.
Yeah.
And then we saw it literally right before seeing the movie, and so that, I think, neuters the entire movie.
Because they played a trailer for the movie right before the movie. I'm seated. I'm literally too sat.
But I couldn't be more sat.
I couldn't be more seated for this movie, and you're showing me a trailer for this movie.
Sorry, the second we went live, I've gotten like 6 text messages since we went live. But
Jay, we're talking about the new Captain America. So if you don't want spoilers, but we're not doing too heavy spoilers. But we hated it. In case you were curious.
Well, the part that was working for me was Sam and
Joaquin.
Joaquin. Yeah. But even that was so wafer thin. And so I'm trying to think, because I was talking to Zach about it, and he was asking me, he was like, well, what didn't you like? And because that's the other thing, the other reason why I didn't really want to talk about it is because when I looked it up online, everybody was saying how good it was. And I was like, well, I don't want to do this again. Like, I don't want to be the person who's arguing with people who liked something. But for me, I feel like the entire movie was made from a place of fear. Like, it was made from a place of how, like, they were aware of the circumstances they are in, and they're like, how can we play this as safe as possible? Yeah. And it just ended up being nothing. Like, I was like, the whole movie for me it was flat visually and story-wise.
Yeah. The
characterizations, I think, were off. I don't think that Sam felt like Sam.
Not really. Well, and again, even if he did, it was like Sam from the beginning of Falcon and Winter Soldier, when he's still, like, dealing with the repercussions of Steve giving him the shield. And that I'm just and because he had, like, lines about, like, I should have taken that serum, and I'm like, why? Like, we are past this, I thought, but apparently not. I don't know.
And I think that the plot was really weak, and everything was exposition.
Yeah, also, I did not need 2.5 villains. Like,
I don't think any, and it's weirdly a sequel to the Hulk, which, I mean, I have technically seen, but
the Edward Norton Hulk.
Yeah, the Edward Norton Hulk, but it's like it's like they split the difference. Like, it's like they took the plot or the, like, motivations from Hulk, but then the characters from Falcon and Winter Soldier, but then they did justice to neither.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where it absolutely needed more Marvel synergy. And by that, I don't mean a cheap cameo of, like a cheap green screened cameo.
Of Liv Tyler specifically.
Well, that's kind of a spoiler, but is it?
It's not, and it was bad. We've got a couple. Jay felt it was lackluster, left the movie feeling annoyed, agreed. And then Brittany said the mixed, mostly negative reception explains why the embargo lifted so late. I did not realize that. That's interesting.
But it, like, and again, I'm trying to not go so hard on this because I don't think it's Anthony's fault. Mm-mm. And I don't want that narrative, and I don't want that to be the moral, and that's, I feel like, gonna be the moral, but it's like they were in a position. Oh God, I'm trying to say, like, too many different things at once, but
well,
no, I want to finish.
The question was, like, did we like it? And the answer is no.
I want to finish the cameo thing. they're doing this obligatory cameo where for every new Marvel movie, there's one scene with one or two characters from a previous movie. It's no more than 2 minutes. It's always somewhere safe where they can be green screened or blue screened. The actors are clearly not there at the same time anyways. And it's like, I need something... I need to feel like this is part of a bigger whole. And I think the thing they were trying to do with this movie is put the heart, or put the shield, literally and metaphorically, on Sam Wilson. And in order to do that, I feel like I needed some other people that we were familiar with.
Yeah.
This movie needed Maria Hill. It 100% needed Maria Hill, because she knows Sam. They've already interacted in Winter Soldier, and they even had decent chemistry. And it's like,
well, the thing that I said is that if it had been her, she's still institution enough to have the same concerns that Ruth, the new character in this movie, inexplicably a widow out of nowhere, that she's still in the institution enough to have those same concerns, but because she knows Sam, she's willing to make that jump to be like, oh no, you know what, I think you're right. But this Ruth person had no motivation outside of the script told me I have to be on your side now. Mm-hmm. It's just a total waste of Giancarlo Esposito, a total waste of Harrison Ford, who you were didn't even try.
It was bad.
Not even trying.
It was really bad.
Yeah, it's really... Yeah, Sean's here. Hi. But yeah, it's just really... It was a bummer. It was just a bummer for me, for sure. Especially because I love Captain America. And another thing that's this is sort of a silly thing. I think he needs to repaint the shield.
To what?
To match his armor more. He's got more silver. I think he needs to repaint the shield. That's kind of my 2 cents. Because, all of their armor looks different. What's his name? The Wyatt Russell, John something.
Oh, yeah.
His armor is different. Walker. And I think he painted the shield, too.
I don't remember.
Was that not a plot point?
Maybe.
Regardless, I think the whole thing needs an overhaul, and that's the very absolute least of my concerns.
I really wish, like I said, because I'm going to stick by the Maria Hill part, and especially because I also think, since they already knew each other, and that I think this movie was desperate for some overlap from the previous, because we don't even get it with Harrison Ford because he's replacing
William Hurt.
Yeah, so it's even that feels uncanny. But it's and also Maria, I feel Maria and Sam could have easily bonded over being outsiders in a cis white male world.
Yeah.
And I feel that whole conflict with trying to take over the mantle of Captain America could have worked if we had a handful of other characters, I even said, Randall Park and Kat Dennings, or even, and I mean, I've been beating this whole point to death, but it's Leslie Bibb should have been in all of these movies as one of the newscasters, bringing a sense of cohesion.
So if we want to bring that back around to Mystic Cinema said, I'm telling you now, if they kill Karen before she and Frank reunite, that'll be the final straw for me with Marvel. I'm so serious. I agree completely. But the thing for me is that I feel as much as they, especially with the crossover Avengers specifically movies, they have done a decent job with the synergy and with the including so many characters, but it was even a problem on the TV shows, which in my opinion are so much easier to get people to pop in and out. But it's to the point where I mentioned just the other day, because we were talking about Leslie Bibb and Christine Everhart and how she should always be the news person that's in these movies. Leslie Bibb is not booked and busy.
I mean, she is, but she is available.
She's not that booked and busy.
The White Lotus and Palm Springs, or Palm Royale.
One show? I guess, Palm Royale. Regardless. But that's the thing, is she should be everywhere. All through it. And it's to go back to literally season 1 of The Punisher, I was how is this radio show that Karen is doing this interview on where she's calling out the bomber, how is that not Trisha's radio show?
Mm-hmm.
It's just, you're just not doing it right. And I said it on I feel our last live or the one before, but if someone would just give me a studio to run, I know I could do it better.
Well, but also it's some of my favorite movies
Also, Zach's here. Hi, Zach.
in the hey. Some of my favorite movies in the Marvel canon are ones where they sort of partner up or pair up different people
Yeah.
in different ways. Like, it's like one of the reasons why the first Avengers movie was so exciting is because we were getting to watch all of these new characters that we just met interact together, and they're having a hard time relaunching Avengers 2.0, and I'm like, maybe that's because they've literally never interacted with each other.
Yeah.
And it's like, one of the
That's
reasons
definitely a
why
big problem.
Winter Soldier is my favorite is because that movie is about Steve and Natasha and Sam
And Bucky. Yeah.
and we get like people like, well, fucking Maria Hill is in
Yeah.
it. Like, we get it feels like it's filling in and fleshing out the world. And also, again, I mean, Ragnarok, it's like Hulk is in Ragnarok. Ragnarok is about Thor and Hulk and Loki and Valkyrie, and it's like it like, why is Hulk not in this movie? If this is a sequel to Hulk, how is Mark Ruffalo not in a minimum of 20 minutes of this movie?
Yeah, there's also another instance where, because Mystic Cinema said I was surprised they didn't bring back Sam's sister from the show. Agreed.
We said that in the theater.
100% agreed. And the other thing, too, is it's like, I didn't dislike the Secret Service woman that they had.
No, I liked her.
But, like, we've never seen her before in our lives. And it's just the type of thing where it's like, just because Sam has a line where he says, I know someone in the White House, doesn't make that person
that's not
mean
enough
anything to me. And to your point about crossing over with stuff, it's like, just having Joaquin ask if Sam will introduce him to Ant-Man is nothing. Like, that's not, oh, remember Ant-Man exists. Like, yeah, bitch, I remember Ant-Man exists. But
the last
like,
movie was a turd.
the last
so
movie
it's like,
was
if
not
anything,
very
you're just
good.
kind of shining a light on the fact that we need to be lampshading this, not like...
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And Astro says corrupt greed is ruining art, and we definitely agree with that. And also, Kaiwan asked if we're doing Yellow Jackets. We are. We did both of last night's episodes in one episode, and it is live as of this afternoon, so you can watch it whenever you feel like.
Also, we filmed a reaction to the Keke Palmer and SZA movie one of them days, and I think I'm going to launch it on Friday.
Yeah.
So
it was
check the Patreon.
good.
The like 180, because I was like super into it, and you were like, I mean, sure.
I just like, it's not that I was like anti.
No, you weren't anti it at all.
I just was like, yeah, whatever, sure. And like, I don't know, I don't listen to SZA, not for any reason. It's not my preferred style of music. But yeah, I just like, and I do love Keke Palmer, but I actually think SZA should keep acting.
They were really good.
They had really
I
good
would
chemistry
have
together. It was really funny. I liked it. I really liked it.
So that's coming. Like I said, I think I'm gonna drop it on Friday on the Patreon.
Yeah. Also, yes, Sean, you should just wait until the new Captain America is on Disney Plus. You should not pay money to see it.
No,
Thank you guys, or whoever of you are patrons, because you paid for us to go to the movies.
And there's things, because I'm also trying to not like launch hard into like spoilers, but again, there's not really anything to spoil. It's a nothing burger.
It was just like a really flat plot. By the end of it, nothing that has occurred has any long-term consequences. No. Nothing has consequences.
Well, and I said to them, there's like this whole subplot with Japan and like the Japanese prime minister, and they're flanking all of these shots of Washington D.C. with cherry blossoms, and so I kept waiting
where
for,
they aren't.
Well, sure, but I kept waiting for like a, what do you call it when you like a tie-in, or I kept waiting for like a little history lesson about like how Japan gave us the cherry blossoms and how they're a symbol of our like, well, nothing.
We lose the Japan plot halfway through the movie, and then it's just, but then still this symbol of like our alliances with Japan are decimated at the end. They're just like,
well, and that's sort of what I mean, where I'm like, so they're too afraid to lean on the Sam Wilson part of it because he's new and untested. Yeah. So then we'd have to fall back on the Captain America part of it. And I'm sorry, but that's flimsy right now.
100%.
Like, there's not a lot of rah-rah
in
the rooms I'm in, is all I'll say. And so it sort of, and that's where I am a little bit sympathetic and a little bit of understanding, because a lot of people are like, I'm done with Marvel. And I'm like, for me, I absolutely need to see Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, and even whatever the next one is. I need to see whatever, because whatever comes after Fantastic Four will be the first truly
new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four were filming last year, so by that point they were getting some of the feedback.
Well, and Bob Iger was back.
Uh-huh.
Which, again, it's just like one devil to another, kind of. But, like, at least Bob Iger kind of respects the creativity, at least a smidge, and Bob Chapek was, like, such an asshole.
I would lean in. Honestly, I would ask the actors. I would
Yeah.
ask the creators of the source material and the actors, because if they're just... If whatever this next fit, because we don't even know if we're in phase 5 anymore or whatever, I'm just going to say this is phase 5.
I think we are in phase 5.
But if their, like, way of fixing this is just going back to what worked before, that's not going to work anymore.
No, definitely not.
You're going to have to find something fresh. You're going to have to... And that's one reason why I am still a little bit...
I don't like the way they do that.
No.
So, okay, yes, we are in phase 5. It has been Quantumania, Guardians 3, The Marvels, Deadpool and Wolverine, Captain America, and then Thunderbolts is the last Phase 5 movie. Which leads me to believe that Phase 6 is going to be starting with Fantastic Four. Yeah, and then Avengers Doomsday. Why is an Avengers movie in the middle of the phase? I don't like it. I don't like it. I think they've completely lost.
Because that's what I think that they're just like that goes back to the whole, like, from a place of fear. Like it and people have said, I mean, like Dakota Johnson has said it, where she's like, nothing is happening in Hollywood right now.
Yeah.
Like, everybody is
and
terrified.
So, you know, Stuart, our friend Katie's brother Stuart, he works PA work. He hasn't had a job in months.
Yeah.
Since his last job, and he was like, no one's hiring, nothing's happening. Nobody's doing anything. Nobody's creating anything. It just sucks, like, hard, like, across the board. I don't know. All About Steve says, do you think the Disney Plus content is hurting the Marvel brand?
Well, absolutely, but
I don't think
it didn't have to be this way.
Yeah, I don't think it's the content that's hurting it. I think it's the fact that so many of the people making the movies are not taking the shows into account. And, like, why they don't have, like, one collective, like, writers and directors pool,
a Bible,
is kind of nuts to me. Like, you cannot make something that's so interconnected, because, like, I'm like watching this and I'm like, okay, so all of this stuff is happening in Washington DC, with this Captain America stuff is happening in Washington DC. Simultaneously, whatever is about to happen on Daredevil is happening at the same time. Simultaneously, in either 60 years ago or in some nebulous other universe's Jetsons style future, the Fantastic Four is happening and they're gonna cross over. Like, those things don't fit together. It just doesn't work. Also, why are the Thunderbolts called the Thunderbolt when Ross's nickname is Thunderbolt? Is that why? Is it some kind of joke?
Probably. Because I don't...
That's all I could think about. I was like, I don't like that.
Yeah. I don't think Thunderbolts looks good, but I still have hope, because... It's
enough good actors that we know can have chemistry with a brick wall that I think it's gonna play. I'm excited for Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, David Harbour, and Wyatt Russell. Yeah.
I have seen them in enough.
On Ghost.
I'm excited. Yeah. She didn't really speak a lot in...
Also, I thought her motivations as a villain were dumb.
But I think I remembered liking the potential of the character.
Yeah. I think we agreed on that.
But it's like, I'm just saying, I know enough of those 4 actors to know that I feel like if production allows them, they'll give us something.
Yeah.
But... I mean, I don't remember who said it, but the corporate greed is correct. I mean, the Disney Plus... the death knell for me was when I realized stuff didn't matter, because part of what was so exciting and so rewarding about the MCU was the fact that it all paid off.
Yeah.
Like, I went to see every movie no matter what, because it was all part of a greater whole.
Yeah.
And I felt that way watching the Disney Plus, and the Disney Plus series, unless I was, like, super into it, it wasn't enough. And then when I was like, well, who knows if or when, like, Werewolf by Night was such an interesting first episode of something, but it wasn't enough to stand on its own, and nothing else has come of it. So what's the point? What are we doing?
I 100% agree. 100%. Oh, Amy says hi. Hi, Amy.
Hey.
We would like to thank you for your very generous gift. That was great. We are saving it for the moment because we are more than likely going to buy at least one big Lego set this summer to do for a handful of lives in a row. The Twilight set probably, and then there's another Lord of the Rings.
The rumors are Lord of the Rings this year is going to be Hobbiton.
Yeah.
So
you are making that possible for us. So thank you so much. Also, how cold is it in Chicago? I feel like it's bad, like really cold and snowy and horrible. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. She said sorry she's been AWOL. Her husband passed away. I am very sorry. That is terrible news. I'm glad you are presumably feeling better since you're here. And then she just said cold. And I believe you. And James just arrived. James is here as well. Hello. And then Kiana said one of the biggest gripes with Marvel was when they made Wanda a villain again in Doctor Strange 2 after giving her a redemption arc in WandaVision. 100%.
Well, the worst part is I like villain Wanda. I want to see villain Wanda.
But you can't have villain Wanda after WandaVision. Oh, shit. Not that way.
And not that quickly. Like, it's Daenerys Targaryen all over again, where it's like, and she just sort of, forgot and then heard the bells and got mad. And I don't remember who did it, so I can't shout them out, but I watched a video essay that I was going to show you and Will that was about Wanda, and they had footage I had never seen before of Elizabeth Olsen being, like, talking to, like, the producer or the writer or whatever. She was like, and you haven't seen WandaVision? And they're like, no. And she was like, okay, because we're doing this on WandaVision, and it's kind of the opposite.
Yeah.
Like, it's like they're incompatible.
They're so incompatible.
And the worst part is it's like... I don't know. I did want to say, and it's not really spoilers because it's on one of the posters, but one of the things that I did find the most interesting about Captain America, what is the Brave New World? Just because the Avengers are not, like, what is the Brave New World?
There's literally one line where...
Like, if anything, Winter Soldier could have been called Brave New World.
Yeah, there's literally one line where Ross is like, Sam, I want you to restart the Avengers, and then he's basically mad at him the rest of the movie, but he still is, like, at the end, talking to Joaquin, he's like, let's go be Avengers, basically. And I was like, I guess?
Well, they talked about Celestial Island and, like, from the Eternals. And I've sort of been like, are we going to come back to that? Like, are we going to go, like, and that's sort of what I want. They did, spoiler alert, name drop adamantium. That's what they're, like, collecting from the Celestial. Yeah, but I wasn't going to say that.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
It wasn't good.
You know what you're getting with us. We're a spoiler show. But I was like, that doesn't work. Like, because that other than Sam now officially for the second time being Captain America, that and the adamantium are meant to be the takeaways. And it's like, we all know what adamantium is. Like, we grew up with the X-Men movies.
Okay, but those aren't this universe.
No, I know, but even Will just said we just watched Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, that's not exciting.
But
like,
I agree with you.
That's not an Easter egg. We all know it's coming.
Sure.
So that doesn't count as
I agree with you completely. I'm not arguing that it's good, but, like, I think the point is that it's like now there's adamantium in this Marvel universe.
That's not enough to sustain an entire movie.
Also, does that mean, are you telling me that, like, I have to watch Wolverine's origin story again? I don't want that. Like, whatever. Somebody did ask if we had any casting picks for the live action, and we still have not watched X-Men 97. It's not at the top of our list. We know it's good.
I've heard a rumor that Hunter Schafer is in consideration for Mystique, and I cannot imagine
they'll actually go for it.
No, a more brilliant, a more perfect casting choice. That would be
it would be
fantastic.
Great. To the point where I was like, is someone important watching our show? Because we talked about it on an episode last week.
There was there was one I heard recently that was good, and now I don't remember what it was. Oh, I've heard of Liz Giles for Rogue.
Okay. Sure.
And I've heard they were talking to Keke Palmer, but I don't know what for. And so help me God if we botch Storm like a 7th time.
We will. What's Megan something? Megan Tandy? Wasn't that her name?
No, Alexis Ship. From what?
From like Apocalypse or whatever?
Yeah, Alexis Ship.
Alexa Ship. She was great.
She was good.
She did everything she could with that, is my point.
You need a supermodel. You need like an African even back when I was 14 years old and heard about the X-Men movie coming out, I was like, you need a Mon.
Yeah.
For Storm or like
Halle Berry was not the best.
And I like Halle Berry, but I don't think she suited the character. And so there's a knock. Is her name a knock something?
I don't know.
I'm like, talk to her maybe.
So Sean, the new Yellow Jackets is fantastic. We watched them both last night. Oh yeah. A puppy.
Uh-oh.
You can leave it open. Hi, sweetness. No, you don't need to eat that.
She's just been jabbing me.
That's fine. So yes, the new Yellow Jackets. Are you excited for any shows this year?
Well, Yellow Jackets,
I'm
White Lotus.
Really excited for White Lotus.
And
The Last of Us. Yeah, in the summer. I'm really excited for The Last of Us.
Like April.
Like April.
there was something else. There's actually like 5 things.
Well, my new favorite show, High Potential, just aired its final season 1 episode.
Oh, really?
It's only 13.
Okay.
For the first season, but it's
That
got a
feels-
season 2.
Yeah, that feels good.
Which I hope will be in the fall.
English Teacher got renewed.
Oh yes, English Teacher to get renewed. Yeah.
No, there was a couple shows.
Well, you are considering catching up on the Gilded Age.
I want to catch up on the Gilded Age because I want to keep watching it.
Covering it.
Yeah. Because we are also doing Interview with the Vampire.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll get to season 2 pretty soon.
We just finished season 5, both 5A and 5B of Teen Wolf.
We're not done with 5B.
We're in 5B of Teen Wolf.
But as soon as we finish 5B,
we're doing Desperate Housewives.
We'll do season 2 of Desperate Housewives. So.
Because it's doing really good numbers for us, and I was like, we need to keep that ball going.
Yep.
I know we've been threatening Once Upon a Time, and we will get to Once Upon a Time, but when we started covering older episodic TV shows, we were approaching it very slapdash.
Yeah.
We're like, let's just see what sticks. We'll just do this. We'll do that, whatever. And it has become clear that people want us to finish the meals that we start.
Yeah.
And that is hard because
it's hard, especially with like Teen Wolf, because Rachel left and then I took over, and it changed so much. It changed a little, which is fine. It's fine for me. It's apparently not fine for a lot of people, and they tell us aggressively.
We do fine.
But yeah, so like Amy just said, I'm loving True Blood. I want to finish True Blood for sure.
Are you loving True Blood?
Yeah.
That's one of the things, because it's a factor in season 5 of Teen Wolf, because I ended up liking it. Well, I ended up liking 4 more than I remembered. 5 is a mixed bag.
We only just watched 3.
No, we just watched 4.
Teen Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about True Blood again. Teen Wolf. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But it's like, I always feel, much like our Captain America conversation we just had, I always feel weird when I'm not having the reaction that I think people want. And usually when people are watching extra footage of a show, it's because they love it. They don't want to watch somebody not love it.
Sure.
But I also am like, but if you want to know what I think, and what I think is that it's not good, then...
I think we're funny. I think we're funnier when we don't like something.
I think we're...
Not like actively don't like. I don't think we're funny when we're talking about Captain America.
I think we're funny when we're conflicted.
A bummer. I think we're funny when we're basically just like pointing out the absurdities
when we're torn
of like what we're watching. Amy said our reactions are making her laugh, so that's all I really care about.
Do you like the new format I've been kind of doing, where it's like a recap, a reaction, and a review at the same time? Because that's sort of what I feel best doing, because the reactions are too hard.
They're too long.
It's too labor intensive. So do you like the little clips and little glimpses of stuff?
She says she loves it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we've been missing a little bit of stuff. We are going to cover the final season of You. Alicia, Will didn't watch it, but I am also excited for season 2 of Andor because I was obsessed with Mon Mothma.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
It's the best Star Wars show
I've
they've
heard
done.
good things. When is it coming? Do we know?
I think we know at least a month, probably. Maybe not. This year, I'm pretty sure. Oh, Tuesday, April 22nd. So,
okay.
Yeah, April 22nd. And then, yeah, so I am super excited for that. What else we got?
You and Will really like Skeleton Crew.
We did really like Skeleton Crew. We are, like, kind of alone on an island because Trevor couldn't finish episode 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And he loves everything.
And I was like, it's like Goonies in space. And he was like, that's what I was excited for. And I did not get it. And I was like, it is, though. Sean's ready for more Teen Wolf. So we have filmed season 5A, but we haven't started releasing it yet. Once we're done releasing True Blood season 3, Teen Wolf season 5 will start coming out. And then Zio said, Chris and I have been meaning to say thank you for mentioning Reacher. My husband and I are loving it currently on season 2. You're so welcome. I cannot wait for season 3.
She loves Reacher.
I think it starts not this week, but no, Thursday. The season 3 starts on Thursday. I literally can't wait. I'm so excited. It's one of my favorite current shows. I think it's incredible. I think Alan Richardson is so good. I love it. I love everything about it. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. We're probably not going to cover it because Will doesn't have time to catch up on 2 seasons of TV before Thursday. But you just know that I'm watching it every single week. Also, my husband and I are watching Severance, which is really good right now. Yeah. All right.
Because that was something he said about Captain America, was like watching Harrison Ford go from.
Well, that's Shrinking.
Oh, Shrinking.
But yeah, we watched that too. But it's literally watching Harrison Ford go from the top of his game to like, I'm doing this for the money. And wow, it was crazy. Sean, we have not watched Dark on Netflix.
But you know what we have watched?
What have we watched?
Sean?
Yeah.
So I'm not actually caught up, but I was watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Yeah, let me get
go through.
A little bit more caught up. Tony asked us, do we feel Ryan Murphy should end American Horror Story? Kind of. If
you're honestly asking me, that show should be evergreen.
I agree.
They have to choose to make it. Like, that show, because it's an anthology, all it needs is one good season.
Yeah.
So
and
it's like,
hasn't had a good one in a
no,
minute.
and it's like it's like they're intentionally, I don't know. Yeah. So I mean, if they want to give it to me, I'll do something.
Yeah.
Like, I would weirdly like to see something crazy. Like, I would really, and by that I don't just mean out of the box,
gross,
but like I mean something like take a tonal swing or take like a shift, or like I would love to see something like Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh.
But go like really spooky or really eerie
Yeah,
with it,
yeah,
or
I don't
like
know. I just like I don't know.
But it has to be coherent. They can't fall for the patented shiny object over here, shiny object over there. Like,
yeah.
And it was one of the things that Price actually liked about American Horror Story was he always said that it follows dream logic, where it's like each episode works as a follow-up or a predecessor to the previous episode or the next episode, but episode 1 to the end, it's like they're unrecognizable.
Which is why the like Red Tide and then like the Abduction ones were the closest we got to like actually good seasons, but it was that episode count. Mm-hmm. I think he needs to do a 5
We think he can sustain 5.
Because it was Red Tide was 6 and it went off the rails in episode 6, and the Abduction one was 4
and it was too rushed.
Was not enough. So that's my thing. But if we want to talk about Ryan Murphy things that I think work, Dr. Odyssey I think works.
Is it still working?
Well, it's been off since like November, and it's not coming back till next month, which I feel like is fucking an insane break for a show like that. It was working. I had a little bit of issue with what they're doing with Philippa Sue's character, but I don't want to talk too much about it in case anybody's trying to catch up or whatever. But it like I want to see how they handle it before I make like my full judgment. But I was getting a little shifty by the end of it. Okay, Yes, we did watch Interview with the Vampire. James started watching True Blood because of us, but couldn't continue after season 3 because rewatching it with us made him like the show more.
Wait, what?
Couldn't keep watching after season 3, but rewatching it with us made him like it more.
You should watch 4.
4 is really
well,
good.
we haven't revisited it yet, but as we recall,
I remember season 4 being really
4 is good, and maybe since we plan on continuing, you can watch it then.
Yeah.
Do you agree? I guess that means that you agree with with our takes on the show.
Presumably, yes. Okay, and then we are most likely going to do the Met Gala this year.
Oh, yeah, we should.
Yeah. We have not watched the new Dexter, but I did just have to start paying for Paramount Plus, so I might. Sean liked Roanoke. I thought Roanoke was okay.
You kind of liked Roanoke,
Yeah.
but you were new to American Horror Story at that point.
Pretty new.
We watched Coven.
Well, Hotel was the first one that I watched live.
Yeah, I was getting there. We watched Coven like sleepover style, where we just were because I think Will was out of town, and we just binged it.
Yeah.
And then you watched Hotel, so Roanoke was the second, third you had seen, and you're like, this is great. Where for some people, it also a lot of people consider Asylum the high watermark, and you didn't really like Asylum.
No, it wasn't my favorite. I feel like I really liked Hotel. We both really liked Apocalypse.
We loved Apocalypse, and that's apparently a hot take.
And I still haven't seen Freak Show. I think that's the only season, except the most recent one that I haven't seen.
Maybe we need to see Freak Show.
Okay.
It's not. I feel weird saying it's good. It's weird.
Yeah. Sean says Freak Show is good, but also says Asylum is the best.
Well, Connie loves Freak Show.
Connie, my mother-in-law, is such a weirdo. I love her so much.
She's kind of a horror nut.
She really loves horror shit, and it's why my husband does too, because she used to take him to like movies that I find inappropriate for the age he was when he tells me the stories. But
he told us he saw Bram Stoker's Dracula in the theaters.
Yeah, he was like 8 or 9.
92?
6.
No,
that can't be.
We were 6.
No, he's born in 84.
Yeah.
Oh, so 8.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Can't do math. And then Amy asked a couple questions, which I'll let you answer the first one when we're done. Are you still writing? And then could we make a choose your own donation amount for Patreon? She'd like to sponsor us more. I think you can do that, but I think you can just do that. But I will look in the settings to see if it's something that we need to turn on.
Money makes both of us.
And also, thank you again.
Yes,
so
thank
much.
you so much. Money makes both of us uncomfortable. But me more so than you. So Kristen takes the what do you call takes the hit?
On the chin,
yeah. But no, you can do whatever. Yeah. I think
you can choose your own donation if you want to. But again, I will check to see if it's like a setting that I need to like flip a switch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I am still writing. I'm on the cusp. I'm on the edge. I am having such a good time brainstorming and figuring out what exactly, and like locking in the stuff that I want to do with Mythos. And I know that I've been talking about this for a year, but she'll let you know that's part of the process, is hearing about it for a year.
At least.
I think the main issue I'm having for why we haven't fully started yet is carving out the time with specific intent. I just keep finding ourselves so busy trying to catch up with things.
Well, the content is like what's really like creating, watching stuff and reacting to it is what is like keeping us.
I just haven't gotten to that point where I'm like, okay, from Sunday night between 7 and 10, I'm going to sit down and work on this. And I need to do that. Discipline is not something I am good at. I don't know if that's apparent. But that's where we're at the hard part, because once I can start locking it in, because we even potentially, have you been able to talk more with Holly?
A little. So I have a friend who is a writer and an editor, and she works for like a very small like publishing house, and she is willing to help us and up to like ghostwrite essentially, because she's really good.
And I write very detailed
like
drafts.
Yeah. So that's something that we're like potentially looking into. She is working on her own original work right now, and she is also a fan fiction writer, which she does for fun in her spare time, and she has a full-time job. So there's like a lot going on.
I'm at that point where it's like I'm getting the visuals, and I need to start sketching again. I need to start drawing again. That's something that he says all the time. But I need to with intent. I need to sit down with intent and because I've just had this sort of like, oh, I'll get to that soon. But I like had an idea, and I even have the design. I haven't committed it yet. But one of there is a trial for Aphrodite. It's part of mythology. Hephaestus catches her and Ares together, and they like bring it to trial. And she's going to wear. It's going to be my allusion to the Venus de Milo. So she shows up to her own trial in a white toga taffeta gown off the hips, very, very, very low riding on the hips. And she's going to have black gloves to here and to here with like big sort of ornamentation on them, fully nude. She's going to bedazzle the nips.
Love it.
They're going to be bejeweled. Her hair is going to be in that updo. But yeah, just full gloves. And that's going to be how I'm going to like reference the Venus de Milo. And I just think that that's something Aphrodite would do, is show up topless to her trial for adultery.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't she?
So.
Okay, so we've got some more stuff. We have not watched Rivals.
What is Rivals?
It's apparently a show with David Tennant on Hulu. Okay, Amy says you can't do that on Patreon. I just looked up. It can be done on Patreon.
We might not have it set up.
It's possibly something that I need to set up. So I will work on that. And then, yeah, I'll get that up and running probably tomorrow. So people can make custom pledges. There also, I mentioned it the last couple of times we've done a talk like this. You absolutely...
We have the Cashapp and Venmo if you just want to tip us.
We also have that. You guys can, do whatever you like.
And we're not weird about it. Like, we're not stingy about it. Like, we're not keeping score with people.
No. Oh my God. Absolutely not.
Believe me, we understand, and any and everything that you're willing or able to do, we love.
I've said it a couple times before. You can absolutely there's like an annual payment too. If you don't want something coming out of your thing every month, you can do like an annual payment and then cancel it immediately, and we still get that money in that month, and then you don't have to worry about, you still get it for a year, but then you don't have to worry about canceling it later.
And also, I mean, there's tons of people that join and cancel and join and cancel.
Yeah.
And that's, there's
actually, I think James has done it a couple times.
Don't call people out.
I think it's funny. Like, it's totally fine. I get not having, however much for like a month. It's totally
there's no judgment. And that's part of my thing where it's like, obviously that's my goal. I want to be able to make money doing this, but I'm not. I just don't have, and I don't have that type of brain.
Yeah, no, it's literally whatever. Also, a handful of people said they liked Fairytale, or they need to still read Fairytale. You guys can email me if you want to buy it. You're welcome to buy it, but you can also email me. It's Kristen@soimwatching.com, and I will just send you a free EPUB copy if you want.
Yeah, we can send free ebooks. The physicals cost money to print because they're print to order, but if you want, we can
do that too.
Sign it and send it to you.
And then let's see, a couple of people have mentioned the Buffy reboot.
I'm excited. I know Kristen. Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
You can go first.
I'm excited. My biggest issue with Buffy was that, other than a handful of episodes, other than knowing what it was, I wasn't watching it when it was airing, so I don't have that nostalgic connection to it. And it stylistically and aesthetically, it challenges me a little bit. So I've always appreciated it and liked it, and even go as far as to say that I love it based on its place in pop culture. But it was never, I'm just a little bit glossier in what I like to look at and what I like to watch and all that. And so I'm really excited about the notion of getting to watch something new that especially has Sarah in it, that has her blessing most importantly, but that she would be in it and playing Buffy.
So I generally agree with you. A couple of people have said they don't know if So Large Knowles, which is a hilarious screen name. I love that. Don't know if Chloe Zhao is the right fit. I tend to agree.
What did she do?
Eternals and Nomadland, and that's kind of it.
I want to see it.
Yeah, we'll see. I also, not to besmirch the good name of Sarah Michelle Gellar, because I love her, and I think she is an absolutely fantastic actress, and I think she does understand Buffy the character. Some of her sensibilities regarding things on the show Buffy the Vampire Slayer do not align with me personally. I'm trying to say without saying. She really likes Angel, and I disagree. I hard disagree. And so the problem for me, she's going to be a producer, so she's going to have input, storyline input, which again is like whatever. I don't necessarily, I wouldn't want her involved in like whatever romantic storylines they're going for. Personally.
Well, that's one thing I was going to ask you is what do you think about the vampires? How do you think they should handle that? That we just shouldn't have any of the other, like Spike and Angel? And...
So what I think they're going to do is they're going to do like what Star Wars did, and they're going to decanonize the comics, and in which case Spike and Angel are dead. You have to watch Angel to know that. Sorry, spoiler alert. They are like almost 100. If you end it at Not Fade Away, the final Angel episode, Spike and Angel are dead.
Well, I don't like that because one of the reasons why I'm excited about this is I want Anya back.
Anya is dead in canon.
I know.
You can't have Anya back. Anya's dead in canon. It's not happening.
It's magic. There's so many different ways you can magic things.
The whole final season is about the consequences of the magic of bringing Buffy back to life. You can't have Anya back. It's not happening. First of all, so there's also
I'm less excited now.
Serenity says they're nervous because no Joss. That's the thing I'm the most excited about is that he's not involved.
But it's just the baggage of his personal life. I mean, if he was the one steering the content of the story,
he's not allowed around young girls. He can't. Can't do it. And I am actually totally fine with it not focusing. Okay, here's the thing. I feel like I've said this so many times. You absolutely cannot have another Buffy show with the original cast. You can't do it. Nicholas Brendan is a dirtbag. You can't do it. The rest of them are not going to come back, probably. You just can't do it. What needs to happen is it doesn't have to pick up immediately, although it could, with Sarah Michelle Gellar being recurring, just coming in for premieres and finales. It needs to pick up from Chosen. It absolutely has to pick up from Chosen, because now there's millions of Slayers, or thousands at least. Yeah. Thousands of Slayers across the world. Fucking pick one and do it.
So I guess I've just heard you pitch that so many times that
that's not technically, they have not announced that that's what they're doing.
I took on red that's what they were doing, and that's why I was excited, and now that I remembered that was just your idea, I don't know. Because
then it can be an anthology. Buffy can be around. And also so many people are like, Buffy needs to run the Watchers Council. And I'm like, she's not equipped for that. She absolutely should not be running the Watchers Council. Also, if we're going that direction, at some point we are going to watch Giles die. And I don't really want that either. If anybody should be running the Watchers Council, it should be Dawn. And I don't know that there's been any talk of Michelle Trachtenberg coming back. So I don't know. I'm very, right now, I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
I get that.
Yeah. I think it could be good. I don't think Chloe Zhao is tested enough. And like I said, I'm glad that somebody finally convinced Sarah Michelle Gellar to even like think about it. But I'm a little concerned with what they're going to come up with together. Also, Serenity, yes. I love Joss Whedon's writing, as unfortunate as that is. But I do think other people can do it. I think other people can mimic the vibe of the show, for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I also don't think it should be called Buffy the Vampire Slayer if she's not in it full time. I think it should be called like The Slayer or something like that, because it just, again, just let me run Warner Brothers. I feel like it writes itself. Like, you just pick. There's so many. Just pick. You could do whatever you want. You can make it as woke as you want. You could have a black Slayer. You could have another lesbian Slayer. You can do whatever you want. I just don't think they're going to, and it's a bummer. And you're not going to get Charisma Carpenter back as Cordelia either. She is dead. I'm sorry. Let's see. Apparently there's a comic where the new Slayer is Willow and Tara's daughter. Yeah, Trevor's told me about that. I don't think that is anything either. I think they're going to decanonize the comics. I think kind of across the board, everybody sort of agrees on that. It's too much stuff to take into account too, because you're going to have to write around Xander then as well, because spoiler alert for the comics, he and Dawn are married and have a baby in the comics. So it actually progresses really beautifully. It's fine. Xander goes to therapy. It's fantastic. Let's see. Yeah. So Mystic Cinemas, I love the anthology idea. Yeah. The new Charmed wasn't good, and I don't think the new Buffy will be good, which is really sad. I liked parts of the new Charmed.
Did that just come and go?
Kind of. It did like 4 or 5 seasons.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. I liked parts of it. It didn't, nothing like really like stuck. And I will admit, I think parts of it were better than the old one, just because like Aaron Spelling is such a specific thing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we'll see. What are the writers from The Magicians doing? They are very good with Joss Whedon-esque dialogue and banter. I agree. I follow Sarah Gamble on Instagram. She is always writing something, but I don't know what she's like currently doing. See, and that's the thing. So Brittany said the reboots rarely work. I don't think it should be a reboot. I think it should be a continuation, which I guess falls under the reboot. It's definitely not a remake, because we're not starting over with another Buffy, to my knowledge. But yeah, I don't know. My pitch is anthology series starting from Chosen, and you just pick one. Pick a Slayer, any Slayer. There's so many. So, that's me. All right. So we were gonna talk about Housewives. Let's go Housewives. Sorry, I get really heated. I've been in the Buffy fandom since I was 16. I've read so much fan fiction. I like that. My friend Holly that we were just talking about, and our friend Trevor, like that's all we talk about. Is what we talk about all the time. My podcast that I have with Trevor is just about every single episode of Buffy. It's really important to me, and I don't trust anyone but myself to do it. So, or the fan fiction writers. So maybe that's my failing, but that's where I'm at.
Well, and we've just seen so much good stuff come out of Hollywood recently.
Ugh. Yikes. All right. Yes. Housewives. Okay. Sorry. Serenity anthology is, and we get to see past Slayers too. That would be cool. Sure. Fine. Whatever. My idea is it picks up straight from Chosen, so that we move forward with like all the Slayers at the same time, because then you can bring back the council. You could bring back Dawn if Michelle Trachtenberg is interested. You could like do like the rebuilding of the council, and like you could have like crossovers with like the Slayer from last season is like pops up because, whatever. But you could also definitely do kind of like the flashbacks on the original 2 shows, and also the Vampire Diaries, where like whatever, we flash back to a different Slayer because our current Slayer is like going through something similar to what the past Slayer did, whatever. I am open, but I think the very basic premise of it needs to be, it starts from Chosen, and Buffy is in a handful of episodes, and that's it, because she is like corporate Slayer now. That's my vibe. Will said the Slayers but they're all drag queens too. Good job, babe. Thanks for still watching. Okay.
I actually started to tell you, there's apparently a drag queen movie called Slay. Oh. That's, I think Trinity the Tuck and Heidi in Closet and a couple that Crystal Method.
Oh.
And it's drag queens. I think they're in a bar that gets attacked by vampires.
Oh my god, funny.
And I was like, we should maybe see, because I've heard good things. And I mean, we kind of
liked
loved
The Bitch
The Bitch Who Stole Christmas.
Andre, I like the show Angel largely. Trevor and I are in season 4 right now, and it's a real slog because it's all the Connor shit. But generally, I like the show Angel, and I like the character Angel better on his own show. So that's my thoughts about Angel. And now we can talk about Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm sorry, I really hijacked that and then just like vomited my like insecure rage all over the table.
Well, you've been holding it in because we haven't talked about it, because that's actually what I'm thinking about going now into Housewives. I'm like, well, we've already kind of talked about all the things that we were going to talk about.
Oh, you're not also 100%.
I'm not 100% caught up, but does Sean have any questions, or are there any other Housewives watchers out there?
It looks like that's all we've got. Right? It's just Sean being excited right now. Housewives. We got 2. And then Sean said Salt Lake City had such a good season. Potomac this season hasn't been great, and New York City was bad except for the finale. So for Housewives, I only watched Salt Lake City and Beverly Hills. Salt Lake City was fucking amazing. I kind of want to make you catch up on Salt Lake City.
Okay.
It was so good.
How many seasons are there?
This was 5.
Okay.
It's not too bad. I loved it. I love Bronwyn. I have hated Mary for the first 4 seasons.
Is she the one married to her grandfather?
Yes.
Okay.
She was killing it this season. I loved her so much. I was obsessed with her. Also, the thing about her son was really tragic and heartbreaking, but also like really nice and hopeful. Oh my god. Loved it. Just loved it. And Bronwyn. Did I already say Bronwyn?
Well, you said.
Bronwyn was fucking incredible. And I don't think I like Lisa Barlow. She was kind of the villain this season. I told you they played this game. Heather made them play this game in like the finale where she was like, we have to just like get past all like some of this like hurt and just like burn this stuff and move on from this point. So like everybody around the table, go in your phone and find the meanest thing that you've said about someone else at the table and then give it to them and let them read it. Okay, it sounds crazy. It worked for everybody except Lisa. And even at the reunion, she was like, she fundamentally didn't get the game. She was like, that's so fucked up. How could you say that? And they were all like, Lisa, that's the point. The point is to like, this is it. That's the worst thing that Whitney said about you. And she's apologizing and she wants to move forward. And she left the table and did not acknowledge. It was crazy. But it worked for everyone else. It was awesome. She's married to, okay, he's her step-grandfather. So basically, her grandmother ran this...
Mary?
Yeah, so her grandmother ran this church, and when she died, in her will, it gave the church to Mary, but also her husband. So, like, they're apparently fine. Robert Sr. was not on this season. Apparently, he, like, has no interest in being on it anymore. He has been in the past, but they are apparently still doing well. So, but yes, so they're not related, but... like, they're not blood related. Let's see. Oh, you need me to get on New Jersey? I don't think I can stomach New Jersey. I'm sorry. Maybe. I'll see. So, in the past, Rachel has, like, cherry-picked seasons of stuff for me to watch. Like, I started Summer House when Paige got there. I didn't watch the first 2 seasons with the Workus twins. But I also don't think...
The Workus twins?
Werkus, Workus,
oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if she's watched any New Jersey. I'll ask her. But I don't know. It kind of feels like a Mob Wives type of feeling, right? From what I can gather.
I mean, I haven't
Is that the one that Bethany Frankel was on?
She was New York, I thought.
Was she New York?
Know.
I don't remember. Let's see. No, back down memory lane, Muppet. First of all, you have not missed a live. This is the first one we've done since December, New Year's. And there's no disrespect towards Desperate Housewives 2. You missed that. We talked about it earlier. We are going to
We're doing season 2 after we finish.
We're finishing season 5 of Teen Wolf, and then we're gonna do season 2 of Desperate Housewives after that. Sean, what is your beef with Whitney? Is it because of the Lisa thing? Because you just said you like Lisa, and I love Lisa's voice. Oh God. Okay. Yes, I know Summer House just started. I have not watched the first episode yet. I am kind of. Oh, Teresa is New Jersey. Okay.
I forget. It's like a British reality TV show.
Yeah.
But there's one with Teresa and Tiffany Pollard.
Oh.
And Tiffany's like talking to Teresa, and she's like really concerned, and she was like, "I need to talk to you." She basically was like, I don't remember how she phrases it, but she was like, "I've always trusted your hairline." She's like, because a hairline like that is, you can trust it, and Teresa's just like, okay.
Oh my God. Let's see. Where was I just? Oh, okay. So yes, I know Summer House started. I am having sort of like a slow motion, like boat crash relationship with Summer House and Southern Charm, because I know that Paige and Craig broke up, and I don't like how it's happening in public after the fact. So I'm having a hard time. I'm going to watch it, but it might be a couple weeks before I catch up on Summer House. But yeah. Kristen, if Will was on the Traitors, would he be a good faithful or traitor?
Me?
Only a faithful.
You don't think I could be a traitor?
No. I don't think I could either. I'm not claiming I could either.
So, no, I feel like that's a challenge. The problem I would have is keeping everything straight. I'm afraid, like, for instance, hypothetically, say that you and me were traitors, and we're in a situation...
We certainly couldn't do it together.
I feel like we only could do it together. No, but I'm saying, say you and me are traitors,
okay,
and we're in a situation where we can't admit that, and like someone floats your name or whatever. I feel like I would blurt out, "She was in the turret with me last night. She couldn't have done that." That's my fear.
That's the problem. That's the main problem.
Like last night with Carolyn, when they were like, "What was Alan wearing?"
Yeah.
And, but no, I would have been like, a cloak.
Yeah.
Something flamboyant.
Yeah. I also don't like how smart Sam Asghari is. Why is he so smart?
I don't know.
I'm not a yeah.
I mean, he came out of nowhere with. Yeah, he is.
He was the one who was like asked them what they were what Alan was wearing.
We could talk about traitors.
Yeah.
Is there traitors?
So Sean is not caught up, so we don't have to do spoilers. I just did a couple little spoilers, but they haven't watched any of this season. It's bad, actually.
I like this season.
Like, some of it's fun to watch. Like,
Will's her husband's having the hardest time because I feel like the reality TV machinations of this season are very prominent.
So it's not even so much that. It's, I guess for me mostly, it's that Danielle sucks and she's bad at it.
But is she? She's still in it. And everyone's shocked. So is she?
No, she's bad at it because there is... I think it's absolutely nothing but luck, the fact that she's still in it.
That is another thing. I was thinking it with Traitors and also Drag Race, because this season of Drag Race, the girls are very in their feelings.
Yeah.
I mean, they always are. But it's like, winning these competitions more often than not is just having it play out in your favor.
Yeah.
It's not about strategy or skill.
Not always.
Like, strategy and skill are good things to have.
Yeah.
But it's like even in this most recent Drag Race with Susie Toot, who we love, but it's like she was mad in a way like she's trying to reverse engineer it. And it's like,
yeah, no, you can't.
You can't. And if anything, someone like Rue's going to pick up on that and do the opposite. Like,
to finish the question, Back to Memory Lane Muppet wants you to say whether I'd be a good faithful or traitor. And I know the answer to this, but
I don't know.
I can't be a traitor.
I think you could.
I couldn't. I know I can't, because I've tried to play this game called Werewolf or like Secret Hitler or whatever. I can't do it. I can't lie when it doesn't mean anything. Like when there's no stakes.
See, that's the problem I have as well.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I know that the stakes are money, but, like, this is not a real world situation. Like, I don't have to be lying, you know?
I think it's more like you're not a good deceiver.
Sure.
Because I've said this similarly, where it's like, I can lie, I'm not good at deceiving people.
Yeah. I couldn't do it. Also, Dolores has been, like, pretty good, actually, on Traitors. I love it because, like, her and Chrishell and, like, Brittany and Gabby have all just been, like, dragging Tom Sandoval, which is super funny to me. But, however...
But I've entered a place where I'm like, stop, he's already dead.
Well,
like,
yeah.
They're being so mean, and
so there's that. Well, they all know each other.
I know.
Because they all go to BravoCon, so they all know each other. And he's not a good guy or whatever. However, what I will give...
He's just so dumb.
He's so dumb. I will give him props. He has, like, no shame or dignity. He was the only one who was trying at the singing doll game last night. He's the only reason that they made any money. And that's the other thing too, is like, this is the least financially motivated group of contestants I've seen every season except for season 2 of New Zealand, because we can't find it anywhere. And yeah, so they are like not money motivated at all. In one of the challenges, they made $0, and the door one, and I find that insane. Especially
that's
because,
where Will's getting the most pissed.
Yeah,
is he likes the gameplay part of it.
Yeah, the UK people in the same door challenge got all of the money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it sucks.
I'm trying to think of it. Because Will was the one who was like super into the show, and so I'm like the newest to it, and I've taken to it too. I think the thing about it that is why it's so fun and why it works so much for me is the juxtaposition of the high and low stakes. Like the fact that it has this like Clue, Knives Out, like, and then there were none quality, which is one of my favorite tropes in anything. And just the way that like they get so into it and they get so worked up and it gets so real in the moment. And I love whenever they're actually able to vote out a traitor or even a faithful. It's like just the way that the room. Well, the faithful's less fun because they usually feel bad about it.
Yeah.
But like when they vote out a traitor, it's like it's the moment where you remember that it's a game and that it's all like everything's just so heightened, and I always find that to be hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, and then I really like Dylan
Yeah.
Efron.
Yeah. I agree. He's great. And he's so pretty. Another thing that we're having, like, that I'm having a big problem with, and Rachel is too, because we talk to her about it sometimes, whatever they're doing in the Talking Heads, it's like a combination of makeup and lighting. Everybody looks like a crazy mannequin. It's awful. And I kind of hope that some of you hadn't realized that yet, and it's all you can see now. What did I just do that to you with? Oh, Arietti on Drag Race. It's awful. Someone asked if we're going to watch something called Until Dawn when it comes out.
I don't know that.
Only in cinema. A group of friends trapped in a time loop where mysterious foes are chasing and killing them in gruesome ways must survive until dawn to escape it.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. Not 100% no. No promises, though. Oh, Peter Stormare's in it. That's fun. Oh, and Maya Mitchell. She was not. But she's in The Fosters, and then that spinoff that they did, which I watched a lot of, actually. What was it called? Good Trouble? Yeah. Well, that just ended last year. I did not finish it. Oh, boy. Okay. It's based on a video game. Let's see. Which first season I checked out? I should prefer acting and writing in my old... I don't know. Serenity, what are you talking about? Oh, Traitors? That's... Okay, yes. That's fine. Oh, am I as excited as James that Stu is coming back for Scream 7? Yes and,
I want to
yes
say...
and no.
I'm
a little...
I'm gonna watch what they've got.
Yeah.
And I would love to love it. I don't know if I'm going to. It feels very ambitious what I think they're gonna do.
Yeah, I'm also just still pretty annoyed about the Melissa Barrera of it all and Jenna Ortega. So I'm like, and Nev Campbell, she's not back, or she is back in this one.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I kept.
We're gonna watch the movie and find out.
I kept seeing the memes that were like Sydney's poster from her bedroom is returning.
Creed.
Yeah, it's really funny. But yeah,
because Zach's afraid that it's just going to be more weird CGI flashback ghosts.
Yeah, the Billy was not amazing.
And so,
also, who is Stu going to be haunting?
I don't know. Well, that's what I mean. I'm like, because also part of me is sort of like, isn't it a rite of passage for these types of franchises to go off the rails? And Scream's one of the only ones that has managed not to. So part of me is like, let's see what off the rails looks like.
I don't know. I had a
like
fabulous time with the Final Destination movies. So
there's a new trailer.
Yeah, a couple people have mentioned.
Do we want to watch it?
We could watch it.
Because I was gonna say, because like one creepy CGI flashback gross is cringe. 13, I don't know. Yeah. Sounds like a party. Like,
we'll see.
So we'll see.
Also, Amy asked if we were considering watching or reviewing any David Lynch works. Probably not.
We don't love David Lynch.
Okay, I love David Lynch as a human.
Oh, sure.
And I was sad he died. His stuff is not my vibe. My husband and I
watched some of it.
We watched some of it. We watched all of Twin Peaks, including the new stuff. I just can't 100% get into it. It's just like a little too weird, with like not enough payoff in my opinion. I don't think that he's doing anything wrong. I think it's just not for me.
Oh, we think he's a great artist. It's just not art that we're all that.
No, but I will say I love him as a person.
I've never seen Blue Velvet.
Me neither. I was in fact just saying earlier today that one of the things that I like so much about him is it was a quote, and I saw it. I had seen it before, but I saw it again after he died, and he just basically was like talking about how much he loves the craft of movie making and storytelling, but that it then everybody wants to like talk to him about it after, and he's like, you've completely missed the point. The movie is the talking. Like, I don't have anything.
That's the conversation.
Yeah, I don't have anything more to say, and I do love that about him. Because then it's, I think, a lot easier for you to be able to, like, project whatever you feel onto the content. But yeah, that's kind of, probably we may or may not do something or another, but, like, we're not probably going to do, like, a David Lynch retrospective or anything. Maybe, I don't know, maybe let's get some shrooms or something and then I'll do it.
Really?
No.
Really?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I will not be doing shrooms. I'm sorry. I will be doing no shrooms. Yeah, okay, so I think we are gonna watch the new Final Destination. Amy said fair enough, thank you. Will we be watching the sequel to A Simple Favor in May?
Yeah.
Yeah? I have heard some really kind of nasty things about behind the scenes stuff with the two of them.
I've heard a lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I can't tell how much of that is like a direct result of all of this Justin Baldoni bullshit.
Yeah, I don't.
So, yeah. Christmases are excited for the Romeo and Michelle sequel. We'll see.
I'm excited about the opportunity to see Mira and Lisa together again.
Yeah.
I'm
hating all of these what feel like nostalgia cash grabs. That's where I'm bummed.
I will say, I will devil's advocate this point a little bit. A lot of these movies have only become the gems that they are over time.
Yeah.
So it's like, excuse me. I don't think when, Romeo and Michelle or Hocus Pocus came out that was hollowed ground. So part of me, it's like it's only become that once people have attached to it. And so part of me is sort of like, I don't know, let's give it another go. Let's see. Like,
yeah.
maybe the magic is these two women working together in their perspective. Like, so I think it could be good. Do I think it will? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm pretty nervous about like all of this,
Mm-hmm.
all of it. But I am also excited for The White Lotus. And Sean is excited for Yellow Jackets. It was really good. The first 2 episodes last night were good. Oh, God, you want to watch it with your mom? That's bold. We'll come back to Beverly Hills. We're gonna watch the final. I keep on wanting to say Fantastic Beasts, even though I know that's not what it is.
This looks promising.
We're gonna watch this fantastic, or God damn it, Final Destination trailer, and then we will talk about Beverly Hills.
This might get us in trouble. I don't know. Is this a red band?
It's new or because it's gross?
I don't know. Oh. Gross. I guess.
Well,
Content warning. This looks like it's starting in a...
Yeah. Also, if this gets flagged, we will put it on the Patreon.
Ah!
My old man just died. I come in
Oh, hey.
and now they want me to watch.
That guy.
Hey, 5-star review, yeah. Like and subscribe.
I'm not going. He was on the 100. That's a dirty piercing.
Oh, no. No.
Do you know what's going to happen?
No,
Oh,
I don't want to know what's going to happen.
I think we're about to find out. Oh, that sucks.
I just realized what I asked for. Oh, are they just showing us a scene? Kenley!
Tattooing yourself. Oh boy. Everything is so rickety.
slapdash. Okay.
Not me with my septum piercing. No, my nose. And on fire. You know what though? It wouldn't feel good.
It would just pull right out.
It would pull right out. There's nothing really there. That would. Oh, he's holding it. Okay. Jesus Christ. Bloodlines. None of them had kids. How is this a bloodline? Runs in the family. Okay. We'll see. They all died in their early 20s. Ooh, Chris is getting their first tattoo on your thigh tomorrow. What was my tattoo experience like? So I have 6. You can't see 3 of them where we are right now. But this is supposed to be one of the pretty painful places. It's very small, so it wasn't too bad. And then this was just like a little flash. Can't even like put my arm in like a good position. Yeah, it was just a Friday the 13th flash. This is definitely my biggest one. It hurt the worst at the end. Like, are you getting color? Because that's like where it is. Because the line work was a piece of cake. And then when I went back for the color, it was just like towards the end of it because you're just like going over and over and over like raw skin, basically, that it sucks the most. I have heard differing opinions on how the thigh feels, and I am considering getting a leg piece.
I'm considering getting 2
in the near future. So for me, I would imagine that like the thigh especially would be fine because it's like so fleshy. But I've seen a lot of people, I don't know if they're men tend to pussy out a little on tattoos.
Well, we have a lower threshold for pain. That's just science.
Hi. Also, you can't see my I cannot bend that way. You can't see my foot, but I got the whole top of my foot done in one session. That was like 4.5-ish hours. And it was not that bad. Black and gray skull with piano keys coming out of the mouth. So if you've got no color, it'll probably be fine, but they're going to do a lot of shading. And so like once they get to the white ink to like pull out a lot of stuff, it's going to hurt the worst. But yeah, I mean, I think they're kind of fun. Like, I'm considering getting something here, like, as my next one. And that's bony, so we'll see.
Also, I think it's safe to say that we'll be reacting to that Final Destination movie when
absolutely.
It comes out.
We'll do just like we did
I still
before.
want to edit the reactions we did. I'll add that to my list of
of
carving out time for...
So, Will has a tattoo. We have matching our corresponding tattoos on our left shoulders. You can't really.
If I had a
get
tank
there
top
yet.
on,
We could post some pictures somewhere.
we
maybe?
have pictures of it.
Yeah, I could.
We
post a
have
picture
Peter
of my
Pan
foot.
yeah, corresponding Peter Pan tattoos.
So yeah, he has one, but he also is kind of a pussy about it, about the pain.
I don't like needles. I don't think
No,
that's.
it's fine. I'm trying to talk my husband into getting a tattoo. I want him to get the tattoo that Bob from Bob's Burgers has when he went to the like Equestronauts, like the pony like cosplay thing.
It's like a nose and a
It's
mustache.
like his own nose and mustache. And it's like on his back hip.
We were all also supposed to get Showgirls quote
I will
tattoos.
do it.
But what is yours?
She burns when she dances, but burns is gonna be
In flame letters.
Flame letters, yeah.
Mine is she's a dancer, not
No.
a whore.
Yeah, I love it.
My brother's
I still want to do that.
My brother's was gonna be fuck her, fuck off.
I would still totally do it. Okay, and then and I do. Yeah, Sean said I'm dying to get a small tattoo on my finger. I want to get like I don't remember what they call it, like the little dainty like finger like adornments kind of. I want that too. I don't know. I already feel I'm meeting my new boss on Thursday, and I already feel like I have to wear long sleeves because he's like I don't know, like 50s-ish Austrian man, and I'm just sort of like.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it was like German or like.
It's like, yeah, we'll see. Okay, let's see. So Back to Memory Lane is shocked that you're not more excited for Romeo and Michelle. It's just because of the nostalgia factor. We're both worried that they're gonna ruin it.
Yeah, I am excited for it. They couldn't ruin it. I mean, I'm not that type of person.
They can't ruin the original movie, but they could absolutely make a bad new movie.
It was the first R-rated movie I ever saw, like full through.
They said you should get the Fairytale book cover as a tattoo.
People have said that it would make like a good chess piece. I would never do that, but
it would be a good one though.
You have my permission to do it, but because I'm also trying to figure out what I want to do for the Mythos cover. I'm actually thinking about it's a brand new idea. I haven't even run it by you, but I'm thinking about giving the gods all face marks.
Cool.
So not exactly a tattoo, but yeah, I was thinking about giving them like interesting facial.
Neat.
Like I was actually going to give Artemis kind of like Ariette's. So she kind of looks like a doe.
Like a deer, yeah.
And I was thinking about giving Athena like a red swipe and then like a dot. And I was thinking about giving Aphrodite a heart on the bottom of her, like here.
Yeah, I like it. Have we ever done an actual episode on Showgirls?
Yes.
Video?
No, not video.
Okay, we haven't done video. We maybe will do like a watch along.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We did it. I actually don't remember if I think it's good. We did it with a friend of ours that we haven't talked to in ages, Sade.
Oh yeah.
She had never seen it.
Yeah.
And
because they did Showgirls with us and we did Cats with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did two corresponding
she
episodes.
had never seen it before, and so we like had her watch it. But I don't think she watched it with the commentary. I think she just did
watched the movie.
It.
We have both seen it multiple times without the commentary, but like what we love the most about it
is the
commentary with David Schmader.
Mm-hmm.
It's on all of the like new issues of the DVD and the Blu-ray. It's so funny.
But it is literally my third favorite movie of all time.
Yeah, it's so good.
In a way that, like I said, if I ever had to answer the question, like if you could only have one movie on a desert island, what would it be? And I was like, probably Showgirls. I was like, because it's been so many different things to me.
Yeah.
And I'm at a place now where I can watch it as a drama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because the first time you watch it, it's an assault.
Yeah, it really in more ways than one.
But yeah, I love that movie.
Sean's never seen Showgirls. You should watch it. You should watch it. I think you're a little younger than us, aren't you?
Yeah,
we
about
decided
10 years.
that could be part of it because we used to catch it on like VH1.
You gotta see Showgirls.
Yeah.
It's shocking.
It is shocking. We've got a couple things. I was just gonna say so Chris is the one getting the tattoo, and then back down memory lane buckets or Muppet. God, I'm having a bad time today. Said they use numbing cream. That's totally fine. I would just check with your artist first if you're trying to use numbing cream, because a lot of them don't like it. But I have no opinion on the matter. If you need it, you need it, and that's whatever. And then, okay, Brittany, I swear to God, we're going to talk about Beverly Hills, but we've got so many questions. What are our thoughts on the Fantastic Four from the casting, aesthetic, director, and unfortunately, Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom? That's the part I'm the least excited about, because I don't think he has any business being back in the MCU.
is he going to be Dr. Doom in Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking it was going to be one of the Avengers movies or something. Like,
No,
I was
I
thinking
don't-
it was coming down the pike.
No, I don't. I
Like,
think it's now.
Oh.
Yeah. I think the casting is fine. I don't have any real connection.
I was talking to Zach about this
to the
last night or the
Fantastic
night
Four.
before,
Yeah.
because I was like, I'm excited for Vanessa Kirby.
Yeah.
I find her captivating, and I felt that way ever since Mission Impossible 5, maybe.
Yeah.
And I've been sort of waiting for her to get something that's not.
She was on The Crown.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't.
She
end up
was like
watching that.
Princess Margaret or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
I was about to say, I've been waiting for her to get something that's not Empress Josephine in Napoleon wearing a brown wig. Why would you ever hire that woman and then put her in a mousy brown wig?
Especially because Josephine was like 14 years older than Napoleon.
Ew. Yeah, I forgot about that. I want to be optimistic about it. If it's good, we won't remember any of these conversations.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah.
Like,
I'm
Pedro's great, Vanessa's great.
Evan's great. I love Joseph Quinn. So
Because that's actually one of the things I was talking. Zach, I don't know if you're still here, but that's one of the things I was talking about with Zach. Was he's like, I know people love Joseph Quinn. He was like, I just am having a hard time buying him as
Johnny Storm.
the cocky hot shot. And I was like, if he's doing a more Archie Andrews thing, I think
Sure.
like
Also,
Joseph
he's-
Quinn with his like blonde.
Yeah, he's not cocky in Stranger Things. So like,
Yeah, but it's like Chris Evans is such a
no,
thing.
for Chris Evans has like
especially 24-year-old Chris Evans.
Chris Evans has like mass hole energy,
Uh-huh.
and that really works for like that interpretation of the character. But
And so
again,
that's where I want to see what this 1960s
yeah,
version.
I
of...
have no real affinity for the Fantastic Four,
Mhm.
so like,
And I guess that's an issue. Is
yeah.
I guess a little bit more so for kids about 10 years younger than us, or
Yeah.
people about 10 years younger than us. I think the 2000s movie was a slightly bigger deal for them.
Okay.
So I think there is like a group of people who there is stuff riding on this.
Yeah.
And I mean, say what you will about Jessica Alba, and she will. She was beautiful.
I
in-
won't. I'm mostly fine with Jessica Alba.
You
I
think she's bad at her
think
job?
She's a bad actress.
That's a mean thing to say. That you're
She
not
made-
good at your job.
She made a whole living. It didn't seem to deter her at all. But I don't think she's good at it. So I think she was good in Sin City, but that was very elevated. So
And you didn't see Sin City 2?
and I did not see. Is she in
couldn't-
it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah?
She carries it. Well,
It's on her back.
it's
at
saddled
least.
to her. She can't pull off Unhinged.
Oh sure.
There's a lot of drinking and then like
Yeah.
no.
No.
We should watch Sin City 2. It's not
So-
good.
Yeah, it's fine. We are also kind of looking forward to the new Jurassic World film. We did do reactions to the Fantastic Four trailer, the Jurassic World trailer, and what was the third one?
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
But we reacted to
The wrong Fantastic Four trailer first.
we reacted to a fake trailer first.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. It's up there with the Alita Battle Angel episode for me because the entire time we were watching it,
Oh yeah, Sean's 26. Yeah, I get why you haven't seen Showgirls. It's fine.
the entire time we were watching it, both of us were like, huh, this is weird.
Yeah.
But we didn't let that instinct.
No, I
Instinct.
literally said, why do all their faces look like they're CGI'd inside
You
their
were like, why do all their
spacesuits?"
faces look weird? And so we finished the reaction. I edited it. I published it. It was out for like an hour.
Yeah.
And then I get a message from her, and she goes, "Did we react to an AI?"
We got a comment that was like, I think you guys reacted to like a fan-made AI trailer. And I was like, Oh.
And so she texted me and she goes, did we react to an AI Fantastic Four trailer? And just seeing the sentence, I was like, we sure did.
Sure did.
We suddenly everything that was, because I even say, because we then reacted to the right
The
trailer.
correct one, yeah.
But I was like, I thought it was weird that there was like entire sections of the trailer that was footage from Disney's Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird that they showed Silver Surfer, even though I had just read an article saying that we didn't even know what Silver Surfer was going to look like. Like, there were so many red flags, and I just ignored every one of them.
Yeah. So, yeah, we did end up doing that. Also, we will probably do Megan 2.0 when it comes out.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we did the first one.
Let's react.
Yeah. Back down memory lane, Muppet says, what advice do you have for anyone wanting to start a YouTube channel? I'm nervous to see myself on camera.
Oh my God, you just have to do it.
Just do it. It sucks.
You're going to hate it. You're going to hate it.
Yeah.
It's going to suck. But you just have to do it.
Absolutely sucks that that's the advice, but that's the advice. You're
going to wish you did it sooner.
Yeah. You definitely are going to wish you did it sooner. And I'm really sorry if that makes you angry because I hate getting advice like that. You're just going to do it. And I'm like, oh, sure. Now I just don't have anxiety anymore.
No, you
Great.
just...
But you literally just do. Like, the more you do it,
you have to start
it.
somewhere.
Yeah.
You have to start somewhere. And the sooner the sooner you start, the sooner you can start getting better.
The sooner you'll get used to it. Because, like, when we started the podcast, we both were like, that's my voice.
Oh, we hated it.
Hated it.
I couldn't handle pictures of myself.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle video of myself.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's one of the best things I ever did.
It's actually done wonders for both of our self-esteems.
Well, because, like, I mean, I've said this a handful of times, I think even in our lives, but I'm like, once I got over the things that I didn't like, first of all, I made peace with those. But second of all, I started noticing things I did like.
Yeah.
And I started finding things about myself that I didn't know that I did appreciate. And it's a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason, one step at a time. And if you have to walk to the edge of the earth, you only get there by starting.
Yeah. That's like, there's this one really amazing quote, I don't remember who said it, or maybe it's just like a story, but somebody was like, I want to go like back to school for something, but like it's going to take 4 years. And somebody just was like, the time's going to pass anyway.
And
so just do it. Just do it.
That one is chilling. Yeah. But if this is inspirational or helpful at all, I think we were a good 6. I think it was like our 6th podcast episode when I was like, I like this. Yeah. Like we got to me enjoying the fruits of our labor
pretty quick,
so much quicker than I thought.
Quick.
And yeah, the first couple were excruciating, but you just power through. And that is, I will say, I don't know if this will help you, but one of the places that helped me was that I wasn't alone. The fact that I had Kristen and Will doing this with me was
I couldn't do it.
We couldn't have done this.
I couldn't do it by myself. I like the people like Jenny Nicholson and like Patrick Willems who do like the video essays and stuff. I could not do that. Like, first of all, it's very solitary, and I'm not I don't write. Like, I can't really write like that. And it's just like, I have to have someone to bounce off of. And because we've been friends for so long, I think it really works. So then they also asked, has YouTube changed our life in any way? I think mostly just in that way. Like, we just do it like more, and it's helped more personally than like professionally in any capacity, because
I would say both. The
this
place
is mostly still just for fun.
Yeah, the place where YouTube has been the most beneficial for me, because we started off as a podcast, and I think we had like 10,000 subscribers with the podcast.
No, like listens.
I think it was more than that.
It was not subscribers,
okay.
100%.
Well, because we made that deal with that one
Yeah, but that was like a brand new podcast.
YouTube is easier to map your progress.
That's correct.
That's the place where with YouTube you can look at you can visually look at what you're accomplishing.
Yeah.
And I find it they're a little bit of a pain in the ass, but I find it, of all the things that I've worked with, I feel like I have the best opinion of YouTube.
Sure. Yeah.
I feel better about it than I do Facebook or Twitter or any of the others. Like,
I have not been on TikTok since it came back. Yeah.
So, but no, I mean that you obviously, I mean, you want to be ready. I mean, you want to be, you know.
But you can only wait on that for so long. Yeah. And then Sean asked if we're going to watch the final season of Stranger Things on the channel. We're not going to do reactions because it's like a family show that we watch with my husband, but we will be doing
cover it.
episodes like normal. So yes, it will be out. And then Mystic Cinema said, who are you rooting for the Oscars this year? No one.
Wicked.
I don't care.
Demi Moore.
Sure. Both of those. I don't care about anything. I think this year sucks hard, and I'm not excited about anything. My husband, who is usually the one who is pushing for us to watch all the nominees, at least in like the big 5 or 6 categories, literally to my face said, I'm not watching The Brutalist. He was like, I can't do it. And I was like, same. I'm not interested. So
I think a lot of the institutions need to be remodeled, need to be
100%.
rebuilt, and I think this is a rebuilding year.
Okay. Is Brittany still here? I feel so bad.
Is
promised.
she's waiting for Beverly Hills?
Housewives, yeah.
Because we got that and we got Lady Gaga.
Okay, yeah. So we'll talk a little bit about Beverly Hills, and we'll talk about Lady Gaga, and then we'll probably wrap it up for the night. We can do Lady Gaga first if I want to wait for Brittany. She hasn't responded yet. Do you want to do Gaga first?
No.
Let's wait. Are we going to do episodic coverage of Interview with the Vampire on this channel? Yes, we have already started. Season 1 is out. We are going to do the same for Season 2, and we have been blessed by Will, and he said he doesn't need for us to watch it as a family, so we will be doing reactions for the Patreon.
For 2 and 3.
For 2 and 3, yeah. Oh, Brittany's still here. Okay. Beverly Hills.
What is she looking for?
Do you have any specific things you want our thoughts on? I guess that's a good place to start. Because I have a lot of thoughts. But I'm not sure I want to start after the Lisa Barlow debacle earlier.
Okay, my issue.
Okay, she says, I think it's been fine this season. Not amazing, but I think just fine.
My issue is, I guess I didn't understand Kyle and Dorit's relationship. I thought they were best girls.
Well, so did Dorit. And then I'm not, I don't know who's lying, because I kind of can't stomach Dorit.
Well, and that's the thing is, I've always liked Dorit, and I've always been on her side, but I was trying to not just come right out with this. I was trying to, ease into it. But we already had half of this conversation, but I was like, the issue that I find that I have with Dorit is I think she overvalues what she brings to the table.
Yeah.
And that sounds so brutal. And I don't mean it that way, but I'm like...
I kind of do.
I like her, but I just want to be like, girl, you're the pretty one. Like, wear your clothes and talk in your fake accents.
Okay.
And
But I have to say, I think it was Sutton's, surrealist party.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even going to talk about the stupid hat because I thought it was absolutely absurd. What I am going to talk about is when they did a pan up shot of her, she was wearing ill-fitting stockings.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, you can't be the fashion girly if your stockings don't fit. What the fuck?
I just
Oh, because Sean said we're opposites. I love Dorit this season. Okay, I like the notion of her kind of just going off the deep end.
So then let me ask Sean, because again, I've only kind of intermittently seen, but do you think are her criticisms of Kyle and their relationship true to you? Is that accurate to you?
That's the thing for me. Is I can't argue that she's not making good TV. She's making great TV. But my issue is that I think. First of all, I think Garcelle is right. Or no, it was Sutton. I think Sutton's right. She's mad at her life, and she doesn't have a place to put that. So she's putting it on Kyle. But also, Kyle's going through a hard time, too. And Kyle's responsibility is not managing Dorit's emotions. Mm-hmm. So, that's really a bummer. So, yeah, that's my thing. I like Boz, too. I think she's good. Her and Garcelle, though, are little pot stirrers playing telephone with that PK text. Man, that was messy.
That's my biggest...
I loved it, though.
That's my biggest criticism with the show, is I feel like they're too obtuse about things. If Kyle and Dorit and Maurizio and PK were friends and had this like connection, you can't be mad at Kyle for having contact with him, especially if you're not talking to her.
That's the thing. That's the thing for
and
me.
the fact that she acts like it was a betrayal, like Kyle somehow went around her. To like
secretly reach out to
PK.
That's the thing that's getting me too. And especially like what bums me out is so like, okay, so when Dorit and PK announced their separation and Kyle then reached out to Dorit's first instinct was, this is such a manipulation because like, why would she reach out to me all of a sudden? And I was just like, well, because you haven't been talking, but this is a big thing in your life. Mm-hmm. She's trying to reach out, and she was like, it's just a manipulation. And I was like, I don't know where your basis for that is.
Is Kyle manipulative?
I think Kyle is too in her feelings to be
because I was gonna say, I feel like if anything, I feel like Kyle's kind of a punching bag. Like I feel like people take things out on Kyle. Like I don't know that I think of her as like a manipulator, and that's not to say that she hasn't.
I don't think it's not that I think she's incapable of manipulation. I don't think she's manipulating Dorit by having Dorit announcing her separation be the thing that made her reach out.
Because I feel like Dorit is ascribing malice to so much of what she's doing. And
yeah, it's the malice part for me. Because, so Sean says Kyle is afraid to show everything.
I can get that.
I agree. I guess I don't disagree.
It's weird that she's pretending that she didn't have a lesbian love affair that we all watched. That I'm like,
thank you. No, so
and her fear. It's like, if anything, it's making you cooler. Like, why would you be fighting this?
Yeah. So Brittany says, I disagree. I just think she doesn't have as much going on. I also kind of agree with that.
Kyle or Dorit?
Kyle.
Oh.
She's just like at home alone because her husband and 2 of her kids moved out. And I'm like, yeah, you don't have a lot going on. But yeah, kind of both. Yeah, so I don't know. But yeah. What, Sean, why are you out or over Garcelle? Is it because of the pot stirring? I haven't watched the most recent episode, so
I'm 3 behind.
I can't wait. She's like sort of confronting Sutton's mom about like Sutton and hers relationship.
That's okay. Fucking Sutton. I stress this. I actually do like all of them at certain points. Yeah. And I mean, I always feel weird talking about humans, like real people.
Yeah.
Like they're not characters on a show, but
Rachel!
we talk about them like they're characters on a show.
You just in time for Beverly Hills.
And Lady Gaga.
And
We're
Lady
going to watch Abracadabra next. But Sutton, I don't understand. Like, I enjoy her as a sidekick or as like a person who I want to say spectator.
Oh.
Like, I enjoy her as a person on the side. I'm fucking loving Jennifer Tilly. Oh my god. I mean, I granted already loved her, but we
really love her as like an actress, and like she does a lot of voice work, and I love Jennifer Tilly.
But there's different ways to be in the show. Like, there's some people who need the show, Dorit, and then there's some people who like. Jennifer Tilly's here because she can be and because she wants to be.
Jennifer Tilly's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I'm rich on Simpsons and poker professional money. Why not?
And so, but
I did see something today that was like, all of the girls can't stand Jennifer and they can't wait for her to leave. And I'm like, really? Because to me, she's amazing every time.
Well, she hasn't done anything.
I don't care.
But I mean, like, she hasn't done anything to make.
Every time that they are having like a knockdown drag out, and she's like, what time is dessert? Well, literally my favorite.
Because that's the thing that kills me about Sutton is everything's fine, and then she it's so repetitive or so redundant. Where I'm like, I feel like it's this obligatory twice a season. She's like, from here on out, we're sisters.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, we have to clear the air. And then
again, because it halfway worked on Salt Lake City. They need Heather Gay to come visit. Get Heather Gay to do a guest spot on Beverly Hills, and we'll be solid.
Well, and the whole thing with Garcelle is because I said to you where I was like, I love Garcelle, and I think we
also like her as an actress.
This is a job for her. So it's like,
when you said that, I was like, you're totally right.
This is a job for her. So I think she likes these women, and I think it is on her list of priorities to get along and forge friendships with them.
Yeah.
But also she's here to get paid and she's here to further her.
Yeah. Which I think explains.
And it is working.
Yeah, I think that
working
explains
for her.
some of the pot stirring. Like specifically when they took Erica to Chuck E. Cheese, and she was like, "Kyle, if you want to be a lesbian, just be a lesbian." I was like, she's earning that paycheck today.
I also love Erica. I was introduced to her liking her because Rachel really liked her, and I was also introduced to her kind of at her lowest point.
Yeah.
And there's just this like sort of brassy pragmatism.
Yeah.
And like just the right amount of delulu.
Yeah.
Like she's delusional and all the best.
I've enjoyed Erica more every season. For sure, because I started at the very end of that season when she was
and
with the whole earrings thing.
I do kind of like her with Dorit, and I do love her as like, because anytime that she's like, okay, it's time to get you out of here, like it's time to move this on to the next.
Yeah.
But that is my biggest criticism with the what?
Just Sean said, "Oh yes, Garcelle hangs with none of them outside of filming." I agree so hard.
I think Kurt and Sutton are real. I think they're friends.
Garcelle and Sutton?
I think Garcelle and Sutton are friends.
That could probably be. Well, there's a real quick Yellow Jackets question. Do we think we're going to see an adult Travis more, or do we think because he died that it's...
I kind of hope so, but I'm not putting a lot on it. I
don't really think so, because I also think in order to, we'd kind of have to see Juliette Lewis again, and I don't think she's coming back.
Oh, I feel like we'll see her again.
You think? I'm not sure. We talked about that a little bit in our coverage of last night's episodes, that I wish that we did have more of him, because his death was kind of the impetus for the whole thing taking off with Natalie. So I was sad that he was gone so quickly, but yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't hate it.
I don't know what they're doing with the show, because like we said a handful of times, we were under the impression that they had a 5-season plan for the show.
I believe the creators had 5 seasons.
But
planned.
Whether or not that's what they're doing, we don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
So and then you start making comparisons to Lost. And not so much that I think that they're trying to be like Lost, but it's like...
it's a comparable ish thing.
And it's like there's... Like, we could have scenes that take place in between the two timelines. Yeah. Like, we could have dreams or visions. I don't recommend them bringing characters back from the dead. I don't think they should do that, but...
No, I don't want anybody to come back from the dead. I wouldn't mind seeing...
Or like if we found out that he faked his death, I feel like it starts getting...
Yeah, that would be...
That starts getting real...
That would be tough. Also, why would he do that
soap
to Natalie?
opera-y, yeah.
Okay, apparently, well, Sean likes Kathy Hilton. I think Kathy Hilton is a fucking loon. She also makes good TV, but I think she's a loon.
You'll be hard pressed to get me to speak ill of the Hiltons.
I'm not gonna speak ill. She's a little loony. She's had money her whole life. Of Butterflies and Books is here. Hey. I don't think we have seen Sabrina Carpenter's deluxe album or the music video with Dolly Parton for Please, Please.
I have.
You did?
Yeah.
Was it good?
It's cute. A lot of people didn't like it, and people are like, "Oh, you don't actually know Dolly Parton." Oh. It's like country. It's like kitsch. Yeah. It's very kitschy,
also,
and it's black and white.
Get back to Beverly Hills. Apparently, Teddy Mellencamp has a brain tumor. That sucks.
Crazy.
Yeah. Also, what do we think of the Rings of Power getting a season 3 with a time skip?
Oh yeah, like
thousands.
Yeah, like centuries.
Good. I feel mostly good
But people are concerned about Poppy and Nori.
Now I'm mad.
I don't know.
Now I'm a little mad about it. We'll see. I don't know. I'm very mixed about the show in general. And then apparently, she says also, apparently Taylor Lautner has a new series.
Yeah.
Where it's like a fourth wall series about the events after filming Twilight.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm curious to see.
Interesting. Oh, Kyle's in the hospital with Teddy. Brittany says, I never liked Erica before, but I do appreciate that she's not sugarcoating things this season. That's fair. Yeah, do you have any more Beverly Hills?
I mean, that was mainly it, because like I said, the
Kyle and Dorit thing is what's the thrust of the season.
And that's what I was seeing. And like I said, considering I've only kind of intermittently watched it, it feels like Dorit is furious.
I think she's lashing out.
Yeah, and in a way that it reminds me of how I would lash out at people that I know I could lash out at.
So that's what I was gonna say. Is it feels like if we are taking it on red that she and Kyle like were besties, like were and are besties, then yes, I would say she's lashing out at the person that she knows it will recover.
Mm-hmm.
But also at this point, I'm not sure.
Or even that she just wants Kyle to fight for it.
Yeah.
To be like.
But that's the thing. I think then you chose wrong because Kyle's going through her own shit.
Yeah.
And like I don't.
Wait, are you implying Dorit might be self-centered?
No.
And that's what I mean, where I'm like, I like these people. I think that they're...
Dorita's only like this because I think she knew they'd fire her after last season.
I've heard that.
So she's just like
she's
balls to the wall.
That's why I was like, she needs the show. So I think
Amazing. Oh, of Butterflies and Books. We can't get into that again. This live will be on the website. You can watch the earlier. I'm not talking about Buffy again.
She pulled the conversation into a crater.
I'm mixed. I'm very mixed about it. Mostly negative because I don't think they're gonna do it right. But if you want to listen to the whole thing, this will at the very least be on the Patreon if it gets flagged because we watched that Final Destination trailer. So we'll see. We can probably pull the Buffy conversation if we want to.
We do want to do the Lady Gaga. I feel like we should have started with this.
Lady Gaga.
Yeah, well, because I had like
Also, Sean agrees with you. Says she's been boring the last few seasons, but this season she's been on fire. She 100% needs this show. Dorit. Yeah, I agree completely.
Well, because they keep talking about like the tabloids, and they're talking about it like it's like this thing, and I'm like, I understand that like the tabloids do talk about you guys.
Yeah, but like it's only important to them and
but I was like, but it's also it's part of the show.
Yeah.
Like it's the show only works because of things like that. It's she doth protest too much.
When you get on a Bravo show, you have to really like just take it on board that you're gonna be you are gonna be talking shit, and everyone's gonna be talking shit about you on Watch What Happens Live. You have to, and at BravoCon,
and the fact that everything always like, and that's all they have.
Well,
everything.
You said this about me at BravoCon. I'm like,
it all goes back to Watch What Happens Live, and it's like, okay. I mean, that show's fun. Believe me, I've watched it, but like,
it's literally that's what I found.
If I had a line of potatoes, it'd be one of the smaller ones.
Yeah, especially with this Paige and Craig breakup, everything's been happening on Watch What Happens Live, and so it's just like. They broke up what seemed relatively amicably, and then Craig started going on Watch What Happens Live. And then there's been just like, then Austin joined the conversation, which is never good, and just all this stuff. And I'm like, stop going on Watch What Happens Live and talking about your personal shit that you haven't talked about with the other person. You're killing me. Yeah, it's like Summer House cast versus Southern Charm. 100%. 100%. Okay. Lady Gaga?
Well, I was I'm thinking about making an executive decision and doing a separate video
we'll
for
do a
Lady.
Reaction.
Yeah. We'll do a reaction because I like want to talk about it. Unless is anybody waiting or
not really.
No.
Rachel says she loves that this is her legacy, that she got me into all these fucking Bravo shows. It is nice because now whenever my husband is like watching hockey with his best friend, I have something to do. Which is why I kind of let the episodes build up a little. I don't always watch them live. But, yeah. Butterflies and Books says, the only thing I'll say is I'm not super confident about the Buffy thing either. Love Sarah Michelle Gellar, but she needs to get something that's not Buffy related. I completely agree.
I kind of agree. And I'm a little bit bummed that, like, she seems to have because I find her to be so dynamic, so charismatic. And I find it a little odd that she's had a hard time finding another thing.
She's had a really hard time finding something that, like, will go. Because she's been in a lot of first seasons of stuff. And actually, I think that sitcom she was doing with Robin Williams was going, but then he died. And it was... And then it just...
Well, it was also one of the things where they like, put so much on it, and when it didn't immediately deliver exactly what they wanted, they just bailed. And I was like, but had you kept with it, it would have.
100%. 100%. And then also we got a question if we would cover Severance on this channel. Probably not. unless Will decides to catch up on it. My husband and I watch it, and we love it. I love it so much. But we just have, like, a lot of, like...
Your best bet would be if I catch up and we talk about it like this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is that a request? Would I like Severance? I don't even know what it is.
I think
so. Is that the...
Adam Scott.
Yeah. Ben Stiller.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's really good. It's, like, it's weird. Patricia Arquette is in it as well.
Oh.
And Christopher Walken and John
Go
Turturro.
medium.
Yeah. It's really good. I love it. Like, I really, really love it. I think it would be a little weird to talk about, too, because it is kind of mysterious. And so it maybe would be, like, a decent chunk of theorizing. But also I have, like, no idea of, like, where it's going. So... we could maybe sit down and watch the first season if we've got downtime, see if he likes it, and then we'll maybe do a talk about it. But yeah, I liked Ringer also, Sean. I thought Ringer was pretty good. That was a Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Siobhan.
Yeah, that was one of her names. Yeah.
Because everyone was like Siobhan.
Yeah, no, Siobhan. Come on. And Sean knows. I know how to say some Irish names. Not all of them.
I did one right the other day.
Yeah.
I think it was a couple months ago, but I was like, is this what that says? And I was like, I'm starting to get it.
Yes.
So, in that case, yeah, we'll do Lady Gaga.
We'll do a separate little video probably tomorrow before the White Lotus, which we are covering episodically. So, yeah.
So.
Oh, and then Sean said Harper's Island.
I don't know that.
I don't know what that is either. I feel like I've heard it, but I don't remember what it is. Elaine Cassidy. Christopher Gorham. We like Christopher Gorham. Harper's Island was once the scene of a gruesome series of murders. 7 years later, family and friends gather on the island for a wedding, but one by one begin to die. Oh, it's like, yeah, you said, and then there were none. And it's a show. Yeah, it looks like 1 season, 13 episodes. Woof, that hair on Christopher Gorham.
Let me see. Good or bad?
Bad.
Oh.
Well, you might like it. It's very like emo kid.
Oh, yeah. That's fine.
It's just dated.
So.
Hold on. Who do we think is gonna bite the bullet this season on White Lotus?
I wouldn't even.
Yeah, I wouldn't have, especially because there's. I guess Natasha Rothwell.
I was gonna say I hope not
recurring.
Natasha Rothwell, but because she's playing the same character.
But if we're doing like a story about how like wealth corrupts you and stuff, then like it could, but we'll see. Yeah, I think that's mostly it. I'm sorry for some of you guys who showed up late. Late that makes it sound bad. That just showed up. We used to sometimes use this for like 4 hours, and I can't do that anymore. And also, I haven't eaten dinner yet. So yeah, I think if anybody's got any kind of last minute-y things, let us know. But we'll probably start wrapping up, and then you can keep your eyes out for a Lady Gaga Abracadabra reaction in the very near future. Give it a minute, because there's a little delay. It's like in Scream. It's just a tiny delay. Where's the murderer? Oh no, Butterflies and Books said bye. Okay, bye. I have not even listened to the song, Rachel, so me. Will told me not to. Will told me not to listen to it, so I didn't. I avoided it very hard, and so now I'm just like waiting.
I mean, do we want to just do
no,
it?
No. We'll do a whole video. It'll be good. Okay, wow. All right, the judgment. He told me not to. All caps, what? Kristen, it's a banger. Who do I think is going to get eaten first in Yellow Jackets? Have you not watched it? Because we already know who got eaten first.
I think well, yeah.
They've eaten 2 people already. You mean this season? I have no idea. I hope it's Mari. All right. Yep. I think that's it. Okay. We will see you around this time next month, most likely.
Bye.
Ooh, Megan Fahey's got a new movie. Okay. Thank you, James.